Wow, Councilman Davis, we are in the home of Chef Elliot. I'm delighted.
I am so delighted to be back in Chef Elliot home again.
Well, this is my first time.
This
I am
is,
delighted and I'm hungry.
and I have plenty of food for you,
Okay.
Councilwoman.
Well, tell us what you have today.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to prepare 3 of our dishes that's out of my cookbook. Very simple, easy, quick, start to finish, 20 minutes tops. We're going to do a seafood pasta, but the pasta that we're going to use is orzo, O-R-Z-O. It's a very light, low-cal pasta. You probably thought it was rice,
I did.
but it's actually a pasta. Many people don't know about that pasta. And it's going to have shrimp in it. And then we're going to do a blackened tilapia, which is one of my favorite meals, favorite dishes out of the cookbook. We're going to do that, and we're going to put that over a bed of lettuce. And then we're going to grill some chicken breast and just pull that together, and we're going to have a little dine-in lunch.
Wow, I tell you, I have to ask a question.
Okay.
Chef Elliot, with our schedules, and I'm sure your schedule is really busy as well, you're talking about lunch. Is this something that's going to take about an hour for you to cook? You said 20 minutes tops?
20 minutes tops.
That includes cleanup as well?
That includes clean. Well, we add another 10 minutes
10
for
minutes.
cleanup.
Oh,
So we'll say
wow.
30 minutes from start to finish with the cleanup. And you might want to get somebody to do the cleanup for you. You cook the meal, put a little sweat over you, and then let them clean up. But what we're going to do, Councilwoman, we're going to just saute some fresh bell peppers, and I like the tricolor. I got red, green, I have yellow, I have some orange in there, and then some onions. And we're just going to saute these in already heated virgin olive oil.
Oh, wow, okay. Which is very good with the calories and health.
Absolutely, because so many of us now are very health conscious. We're trying to eat healthy, but we still want some good food.
Absolutely.
So we're just going to saute this. And you smell that aroma already. And all we have are those fresh bell peppers in there, that onion. And they're going to saute it just to get a little tender.
Do you have to be a chef to be able to cook out of this cookbook?
No, sir. And that's a very good question, because many times a lot of people are scared to get a cookbook because they don't understand the terminology. But guess what I did for you? I put a glossary in there. And I even got some pictures in there to give you a little idea of what it's supposed to look like. So even the littlest person or someone who has never cooked a day in their life
That's right.
can follow those easy 1, 2, 3 step recipes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3
Yes.
step, bam. And Councilwoman, if I can get you to kind of just continue to saute this a little bit for me, just kind of stir that a little bit, and you won't get burnt. Just kind of just toss it a little bit. And while you're doing that, I'm going to just kind of heat this down here so we can get started on our blackened tilapia.
Okay. So
Doesn't
how
that
do you
smell
know?
good?
How do you know when this is done? Do you look at the onions to make
You
sure
can
they're
kind
all
of look at the
brown?
onions, and they won't be brown, but
Okay.
they'll be clear. Are they looking clear?
They are. It smells great.
Doesn't that smell good?
Yes, it smells good.
So we'll toss it a little bit more. And for the orzo pasta, just follow the directions on the box. This is about 8 ounces of orzo pasta. Cook it the way the box tells you, and that's all. So once you got that, we're just going to add some of this orzo pasta.
Okay. About 8 ounces. And this can be purchased from your local grocery
It can be
store?
purchased from your local grocery store.
Okay.
And actually, I purchased this at one of our local grocery stores right here in the city.
Okay. Orzo.
Orzo, O-R-Z-O, right on the
Look at that.
pasta aisle.
You know, we're always, especially ladies, we're always talking about not eating so much pasta. So it's really nice to know that this is going to keep us very calorie conscious.
Oh, absolutely. And you still want to have something good.
Yeah, I want it to taste good.
You want to lose weight, but eat good.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
I'm not thinking about losing weight right now. I'm just thinking about
Eating good. Okay. And just kind of keep tossing that a little bit. You just kind of get the oil on all of that orzo for me.
Gotcha.
And what we're going to do, now this is my special blend of blackening seasoning. And you can use any blackening seasoning that you choose, but I prefer, to make my own.
Now, is that spicy?
It's a little spicy,
Spicy?
just enough to give it a nice bite.
Okay.
Not enough to cause you to have to drink a gallon of water.
And it looks like Obey seasoning.
There's no obey in it at all. No obey at all. Isn't that something?
So, Chef Elliot, this is one of your popular?
It is.
It's a popular
It's
meal?
one of our popular signature dishes.
Okay.
And it just actually came to us by mistake. A lot of the signature dishes that chefs make are actually accidents.
Oh, really?
They won't tell you that.
Okay.
But it's not something that they just thought about. Let me see. It's more so a mistake, and it turned out to taste good.
So Chef Elliot, how long have you been cooking?
I have been cooking 37 years.
Oh, wow.
And who started you out?
I started out, my mother taught me how to make cornbread. In my household, from scratch.
Okay.
We didn't have Jiffy back then. There was no Jiffy. And in my household, there's still no Jiffy.
That's right. Mine.
So we started out with cornbread. And I want to also note, there's a front side and a back side of fish, filet fish. Many people don't know that. You want to put the front side down. The little pink, that's the back side.
Okay.
And the reason we want to put the front side down, so when we flip it and take it off, it's going to be ready to plate.
Oh.
So you're going to have some of these on here.
This
Doesn't
is
that
so
smell good?
convenient. This
Smells
is so
good
convenient.
already.
You have everything all set up and
This is
fryers on both ends.
So where you find the jalapeno? Local store?
You can get it from your local store because many of the local stores, they have a seafood department now. Always rinse your hands, wash your hands after you touch raw meat because you don't want any bacteria, salmonella.
It looks like it's sticking. Am I still doing okay?
You're still doing good.
Okay.
It's going to stick just a little bit, but we're ready to add the shrimp. And I just like to add a little bit blackening to the shrimp. Again, you can get this shrimp in your local grocery store. Just kind of toss that. And then we're going to add this, Councilwoman.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
I may have
that
to
look
cook
good.
this for dinner.
And just toss it
Okay.
until the shrimp turns pink. And guess what?
It's done?
It's going to be done.
You are kidding.
That
This
is it. That is
You
it.
haven't added any salt, no pepper.
That is
Wow.
it.
This is too neat.
So this is also in your cookbook?
That dish is in the cookbook.
Wow.
Absolutely. 1, 2, 3 step, isn't it?
This is so easy.
That isn't that easy.
Yeah,
It looks,
this
and
is
you're
so
doing
easy.
such a good job. Look at
I'm
that.
doing good. I'm doing good.
Let me take
Oh,
that seat
okay.
just a little bit. You've done so well.
That is so easy. That's like a 15-minute lunch.
That's a free demonstration.
And you can eat this with a nice salad. You can have it by itself. You got some vegetables in there.
Yeah,
you got
do.
some meat in there. And you got your carb all in that
Wow.
one dish.
And you don't have to have add anything else. No extra seasoning.
That's it. That is it. And we use olive oil. I like virgin olive oil.
So is that what you particularly cook with most of the time?
It's olive oil. I do. Virgin olive
Virgin
oil.
olive oil. I have to remember that.
Virgin olive oil. And that's it. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Isn't that nice? Ooh, it
It's ready.
smells good.
So can I ask, how much would you say that this meal serves, just this portion?
This portion, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, 5, 6.
And then we could have seconds.
Look at you, already trying to get seconds off the low
For my
cal.
household, we could get seconds.
So that's low cal, right?
It's low cal,
And cost-wise, what would you say?
about $15.
Wow.
And you fed 6 people.
Wow.
I'm gonna get you to stir that,
I can
Councilwoman,
do it.
just
I
a
can
little
do
bit.
it.
I'm gonna flip over this tilapia.
Wow, this is really nice.
Isn't that a nice blacking?
Blackened. So Chef Elliot, what institution did you
Ooh, this smells great.
graduate from?
Now that's the thing. Back when I was into cooking, got started, culinary schools were not very popular. I started out as a busboy in high school. My first job, I was a busboy at a local hotel, and they trained this little old busboy to be a chef. It was 3 chefs. It was the grandmother, her son, and his wife.
Okay.
And at that time, the busboys had to be responsible for doing everything through happy hour.
Right.
We had to have the the appetizer set for happy hour. They told me, I'm going to show you one time. I'm going to instruct you the second time. On the third time, you're on your own. And so by the third time, I had to know how to put a spread together for happy hour.
Wow.
And when I tell you happy hour was the busiest time of the day, I never saw so many people come off work just tired and just disgusted and didn't want to cook. But they knew if they came down to where this busboy Elliot was, they were going to get some good eating.
That's right.
And that's how I got started.
Wow.
37 years ago.
So you've always had a love for cooking?
No.
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 Whoa.
Because at that time, cooking was more like a punishment in my household.
Oh.
But when people started telling me, ooh, this is good, I started liking it. You know, you get compliments, ooh, this is good. Let me have, and when you said seconds, get a second, oh, I'm in the house now.
Wow.
So that's how that started. And it just kind of grew on me. And I got better and better. I'm still getting better. You just develop your talent.
Yeah, and this looks very
That is
filling.
done. That is done.
This is done?
That is it.
Can you
So we're going
imagine?
to turn that on,
15
Councilwoman.
minutes.
That
Oh
is
my
done.
gosh.
That
That's
is
a good
it.
quickie right there.
Can I ask a question too? Could you use an iron skillet to do the same?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think every household, every kitchen should have a cast iron skillet.
I agree.
Every household. I don't know, it's just something about that cast iron, Councilman. That cast iron just kind of takes you back to your roots.
Yes, it does.
And I love it. I have a set myself. I have two sets.
Nice.
Cast
Look at
iron
that.
That is
skillet.
it.
Wow.
You
That
got to know
is
what
it.
to do with the cast iron skillets.
Wow. So this could also be, this could be your main
This
entree.
could be your main entree.
Can also be a side dish.
This
as
could be
well.
a side dish.
Appetizer.
This could be the appetizer. All in one. $15.
Oh, look at there.
However
That's
you're going
what
to
I'm talking
entertain, that's what this dish is going to be.
about. Wow.
And that's it. And we may want to just put a little salad with it on the side.
Look at you.
I like cranberries. We have a cranberry theme going, so we'll put a
Fresh
little
cranberries.
And then whatever salad dressing you want. I just like sometimes oil and vinegar. I mix that up, put a little salt and pepper, and drizzle it over.
And you don't have to have bread with it possibly because you have your pasta.
You have your carbs right there
Wow.
with the orzo.
Well,
and that's that
low
plate.
carb.
That's
Wow. You know, I have never cooked with orzo.
it. Really? You're going to start?
I am.
Good.
I
Good
am.
for you.
This will be one of my meals for the week.
Now our blackened tilapia is ready to come off. We're gonna toss it on top of this salad. And this is just some fresh spinach with a few extra mixed greens in there.
Wow, how simple.
Just be very careful. Put that on top like that.
Chef Elliot,
Put
this
that
is
on
awesome.
the side.
Look at you. I don't see sweat. You're just cool, chilling.
We're just chilling. Just enjoying good company. Cooking should be
look at
fun.
this.
It shouldn't be a chore.
This is really nice.
And just kind of garnish the plate.
Mm.
I like color because people are going to eat with their eyes before they eat with their mouth. So add a little color. And then all I would do is drizzle a little virgin olive oil. And that's it.
Wow.
Isn't that a pretty plate?
Beautiful, beautiful.
So, Chef Elliot, if I was trying to get a hold of your cookbook,
Yes, sir.
where would I go? Is it on the internet or?
You can actually, Councilman, you can go to our website. It's
Which is?
www.farmers, Farmers, catering, catering.com.
Wow.
And you can purchase it online.
Just
We
that simple.
That's it. $15 plus
Wow.
shipping and handling. We just finished actually a 3-month cookbook signing tour across the country. We finished it the end of October. So it's done very, very well. And all of these recipes are in that book.
Wow. So
And-
how far out did you go? You said
We went to California. We were on the out there on that coast. We went up and down our East Coast. The southern region, they just loved and adored us.
Wow.
They were too kind. And right here in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, just had a ball.
this is, I can see.
Had a ball. Really, really enjoyed it.
Is this Southern Gourmet?
This is kind of a southern with a
Chef
gourmet
Elliot
twist.
gourmet.
It is.
Elliot.
And the thing is, I really want you to get from it is that it's simple, it's healthy,
Yes.
and it's good.
Yeah, I love simple.
Simple,
I love simple.
healthy, and good. And if we will, we're going to transition and we're going to finish up with this cooking demonstration, and we're going to do some grilled chicken breasts that have been marinating for 24 hours, and some of our secret ingredients here.
Can you tell us your secret just one time, please?
Oh, Councilwoman.
Please, just once.
Well, seeing it's you. But don't share this now.
I promise.
We just put a little onion powder, a little garlic powder, not garlic salt. We're still trying to keep that health thing going on. We also have, you know, that fajita mix, that fajita seasoning.
That's what you found?
Fajita seasoning.
Are you serious?
Fajita seasoning. Notice we haven't said salt.
And you marinate it for how long?
24 hours.
Wow.
And just put a little paprika to give it that color. You want that nice color, golden color to come out. And that's it.
And no salt?
No salt.
No substitute?
No substitute. Isn't that nice?
And
Yes.
it's not spicy?
And it's not spicy.
It just has a little kick there.
It just has a little kick. Just want that bite to say, mmm.
Wow.
And so what we're gonna do, our grill is already heated
Okay.
with a little oil. Remember that oil?
Yes, you're using virgin olive oil?
No.
That Councilwoman, you're on the money today. So we got it heated. And we're gonna turn that up just a little bit.
Just a little bit, okay.
Man, I gotta graduate from French fries to start cooking.
You know, as long as it would take you to heat up oil to do French fries,
We'll be done.
you could have had all of this done. Especially if you're deep frying. And I want you to be our councilman a long time, Councilman Davis.
Thank you, Chef.
So I want you to get away from those French fries. It's okay every blue of the moon. Every blue of it. But eat some grilled food.
Now, Chef Elliot, what's giving the chicken the red tint just a little bit?
That's paprika.
Pepper, okay.
Paprika.
paprika.
Absolutely. And you want to kind of add that when you're grilling. I like to add it because I like to have a nice golden brown.
Okay.
I do. I don't want it to just look kind of bland looking. Because again, when we plate it, you want that color.
Right.
Because people are going to eat with their eyes before they eat with their actual mouth.
Now,
So
how long are you going to grill this chicken?
about a minute and a half on each side because it's not a thick piece of breast.
Okay, I was going to say you have to be really careful with chicken.
Right,
making sure
you
that
want it
it's
to
cooked
be
through and through.
165 degrees when you check it. For doneness, with poultry, you want to cook it all the way through.
Right.
All the way through. Always, always, always. So 165 degree temperature.
Okay.
And we're just going to let that kind of simmer a little bit.
So, Chef, question that I have, did you cut those chicken breasts or you bought them already cut up?
You can actually buy them already cut, but they were a little large, so I cut them again.
In that, okay.
I cut them again.
So you could be a butcher also as a chef.
As a chef, you're a butcher, you're a math teacher.
Okay.
Because you got to know how to convert those recipes,
And the
especially if
measurements.
you absolutely.
Right.
That's right.
You're an English major
That's right.
because you got to understand the terminology.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
And you got to know good food when you eat it.
Absolutely. And this is a meal that children, I'm sure, would enjoy. Not
Yeah,
too spicy. The tilapia
absolutely,
is
absolutely.
grilled.
Something different than hamburgers and French fries.
Yes.
Right.
Something different.
A signature.
I noticed
meal.
I noticed you put emphasis on French fries.
Yeah, because our councilman said he loves French fries.
I love French fries too, but I think this is great.
So we're gonna turn this over
So you said cook 1 minute each
about
side?
a minute and a half
Okay, each side.
on each side.
I see you got the flames up pretty high. Is that how?
I like to go on and get it over with.
Okay.
You can cook it slow, and then we're gonna be past that 30 minutes.
What kind of pan is that you're cooking with?
This is just a regular grill. It's a non-electric grill, just like this one right here. But
Okay.
this
Just
was an
fire
electric,
under it.
Okay.
and this is just a non-electric grill. Just kind of turn these a little bit. If it sticks a little bit, don't pull on it. Don't tug. Just be gentle with it.
And
you got to be gentle with it.
Okay, and you're not adding any more oil.
No more oil.
Okay.
Because it's going to make some drippings as it's frying, as it's grilling.
Right.
And that's going to add the oil that you need, the lubricant that you need for the chicken so it won't stick.
Now, how much oil did you put on the pan?
I put about a third.
About a third of oil.
Just enough to coat the bottom.
Okay.
You don't want it oversaturated, but just enough to coat the bottom, and that's it.
Wow.
That is it.
So you could also do that in the oven as well?
You can. Now, if you do it in the oven, what you would want to do is just use some regular cooking spray. You want to spray the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
Still do the seasoning for the 24-hour marinade. Put the chicken on the bottom of the pan, and then spray the top of the chicken.
Wow.
And that's your oil.
So what's the advantage do you get from marinating it for 24 hours? Or that taste?
You get it, the taste all the way through. Have you ever bit into a piece of meat and you taste good on one end and then not as good on the other end? More than likely, they just seasoned it just before they cooked it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Are you telling me? Are you telling me?
And then sometimes you've ever had a piece of chicken and you can taste the seasoning on the top,
Yes.
but not on the bottom.
Yes.
You have to season all sides. You eat all sides of the meat,
That's the
don't you?
truth. That's
so you
true.
want to season all sides.
Wow.
I like it all the way through. And even when we did the blackened tilapia, we tossed it so we can season all sides of the meat. And that's what you want to do with all of your meat. Even when we did the shrimp, we tossed it.
Right.
So you can season all sides. So every bite that you take, it's going to be well seasoned.
Wow.
It's going to taste the same from the beginning to the last bite. And that's what you want. That's
I'm
what you
learning
want.
something new.
I'm amazed. I never, ever met a real chef.
Really?
No.
Well, glad to meet you. Glad to meet you, Councilman.
I've been in a lot of hotels, but you don't see who behind the scenes.
Really? Now, you can always ask to see the chef.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. You can
tell
always ask the chef to come to your table.
Chef Elliot, it is so awesome that you live right here in Douglasville.
Right here
And
in
your home is
Douglasville.
right here in Douglasville.
Right
It's so
here.
nice.
It's
Right
stubborn.
here. I'm a native Georgian.
Are you really?
I'm a native Atlanta.
Oh, wow. You don't hear much of that.
We
you're
don't.
native Georgian and you're here in Douglasville.
I'm here in Douglasville, and if you want to get even more, I'm a Grady baby.
Are you serious?
I'm a Grady baby.
All right, the chef farmer, one thing. Do your wife cook?
She does.
And what's your wife's name?
My wife's name is Mrs. LaQuana Farmer, and actually that was a requirement before we married. You had to know how to cook if you wanted to marry me. You understand? And see, exactly, that was my thinking. That was my thinking. No, it wasn't going to be a one-sided relationship in the kitchen. So let's plate this right here. Let's just put a little. I just love lettuce. I love spinach, raw spinach with everything. It's very filling, and it's what I call a free food. You can eat as much as you want and not get fat.
Yeah, and this is very economical.
Very, very,
economical.
very.
I see that you're interchanging the spinach with both meals. Wow. That looks good.
Doesn't that look good? And there we have it.
Chef farmer, do you ever go out to anyone's home and cook for a meal for the family?
I do. I don't do it as much as I used to. I mean, I do it more so if it's some friends or like that, and maybe they've just been kind of sick, and I'll just kind of go and help out and just kind of give them a little bit, feel better. Isn't that nice?
Yes, look at this. $15.
Pretty colors.
$15.
And there's that plate.
Presentation.
That is very nice.
Isn't
Those
that
are
nice?
Colorful.
Yes.
Now, Councilwoman, did you time it? 30 minutes.
Councilman Davis, you're
30
about
minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. And we have not only prepared 3 dishes, but we prepared 3 healthy dishes.
I can do this.
You can do that.
this.
I know you
I
can.
can do this.
I know you can. And guess what? Because you're my special guest, I have prepared a special lunch for you.
Are
Are you able to
serious?
stay with me for lunch?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not leaving
Well, thank you so much for joining me.
So much.
And we're
I
going
can't
to
wait
transition.
taste it.
Absolutely. We're going to transition and have some lunch.
Absolutely. Thank you so
All
much. Are
right.
you ready?
Awesome.
I'm ready.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Absolutely fine.